ultimate weapons of the future, have declared war on each other. Jean-Claude Van Damme, Dolph Lundgren, Universal Soldier.
Stop, that is an order. CGQ Plus.
All right, so listen, I know I said, what feels like 10 years ago back in January that, I didn't want to do like mail and pickups videos anymore, and I wanted to do more flashback episodes, and that's 100% the truth. But, to be quite honest, the, world events of the past 6 or 7 months have, they've thrown a lot of people's lives into sort of upheaval. And, relatively speaking, I don't have anything to complain about. But it certainly has, for a variety of reasons, made it a lot harder to do my show in sort of the way that I normally do it. So, I have all these flashback episodes that I want to make where maybe I'm going to have to figure out a different way to make them or something for now, with my wife and I both working she works full-time from home. I still go in like part-time, but I work part-time from home. But anyway, you guys don't need to hear about that. But I don't know. I need to find some way to get back on track. Because, at this point, it's just like I even feel like I'm out of practice of just talking to a camera, which has sort of been an acquired skill for me. So, I happened to go to the post office today, and I had like 4 packages there. One of which is just something that I ordered, but the other 3 are just packages from people. And I haven't even opened them yet, and it just made me think, I just want to go home and make a video with that, just to kind of help get me back into some kind of routine. So the only other things that I'll say to sort of maybe assuage people's concerns about the state of the show, I'm working right now on a pretty big episode for this channel. It's going to be the next episode or whatever of this whole Next 10 idea. Like I did the TurboGrafx 16 Next 10 or whatever first, and now we're doing episode number 2 of that. I've also got 2 magazine read-throughs coming up, and perhaps most importantly, I'm working on the next quote-unquote big episode of Classic Gaming Quarterly. So there's plenty of content sort of on tap. I should really clean my glasses before I start recording, but I think I just made it worse. But it's too late now. Also, let me just say, because it's late September, it's that time of year, so sort of happy Oktoberfest, I guess. I mean, for me, I don't really celebrate Oktoberfest, but it's like my favorite kind of beer is Oktoberfest beer, like Helles Lager, I guess it is. And there you can get some, I think, that is made here in the U.S. that's pretty good, but really the best stuff comes from Bavaria. Although you can get some pretty bad Oktoberfest-style beers from Bavaria too. So just the fact that it comes there, from there rather, doesn't automatically make it good. But my favorite is Eyinger, and we were actually going to go to the Eyinger brewery when we were in Bavaria on vacation, but I got a horrible flu, and so we didn't get to do a lot of things that we were going to do. But so anyway, to get to all the stuff, so I have 4 packages, but then I also have sort of a 5th item that I got, I don't know, like a month ago, maybe more. I've really lost track of time. Like, I feel like my sense of time has just sort of been thrown out the window. But I'm going to show that first because I've had it for a while. But it was the kind of thing where I got this package and it kind of made me annoyed that, supposedly I'm not doing these kinds of videos anymore because, I wanted to be able to show this stuff to you guys. And obviously I can take a picture and post it on Twitter, but no one's really going to see that. So this first package, this guy reached out to me on Patreon via private message and asked me if I was interested in this stuff. So this is from Martin, and I'm probably going to butcher the name of your town, but Martin lives in Jonkoping, Sweden. I don't know, I probably didn't say that right. And he sent me a couple of magazines. And being that he is from Sweden, they're going to be kind of interesting. He actually sent me, I'm not going to read all this stuff to you guys, but he actually even sent me like a double-sided piece of paper sort of explaining the magazines, because of course they're not in English. They're Swedish video game magazines. And I just, I don't know if this is the kind of thing I would really ever do a Let's Read with or not. I mean, I did the Japanese magazine read through, but I don't know how well that really went. But so we got two, like I said. The first one here, this is November, December of 1991. And it's Nintendo, I don't know if M-A-G-A-S-I-N-E-T, magazine, I don't know how you say that in Swedish, but I'm assuming that just means Nintendo magazine, right? And what do we got on the cover here? Dr. Mario, and then something about Shadowgate at the bottom. So, and you can see, I don't know, hopefully you can tell it's small. It looks like it's about the size of a comic book, roughly. I don't have a comic book within easy reaching distance to compare it, but that's about how big it is. And trying to remember what he said about it. First magazine. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, here you go. It was a Swedish video game magazine published between 1990 and 1994. The magazine contained game news, reports from fairs and expos, game guides, editorials, video game-related comics, and the subscriber-only Power Player supplement containing game reviews. So, like, if you bought this off of the newsstand, you didn't really get all the content that you would get if you were a subscriber. The comics were translations of the Nintendo Comic System comics, and later the Nintendo Power comics, Super Mario Adventures, and The Legend of Zelda. As you can see, the magazine doubled as some kind of cartoon magazine for smaller kids, but when you read the letters sent in, you often see people complaining about it being too much cartoons and not enough game-related stuff. And yeah, like I read, like for the show or whatever, I'll read Nintendo Power or Game Pro, and I always just skip past the comic book stuff because I think it's kind of stupid. So he says, this is Martin saying this, Sweden back in the early 90s was, in my opinion, in the backwoods compared to the rest of the world. And I think he's talking about video games specifically, not overall. And it shows in the many, many questions sent to the magazine. Everyone wanted to know what the latest was in the world of gaming. We were hungry for knowledge. Europe often got new games last, long after both Japanese and American markets, that's true. And when Europe finally got the games, Sweden was far down the list of countries. So that kind of sucks. I don't know if that means, you would think that would have created more of an import market in Sweden, but I don't know that it did. But I mean, yeah, there's a lot of comic book kind of stuff in here. Here's the Shadowgate special, but of course, I mean, I don't know if you guys can see that or not. I mean, it's all in Swedish, so I can't really read any of it, obviously. But here, this is kind of cool. And here's a little insert of like Nintendo. It's like a Nintendo fan shop, I guess. But I thought this was pretty neat. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see that, but it's like a book for you to keep all of your instruction manuals in. And I don't know that we ever got something like that here, but that's pretty cool. And so anyway, so that's this Nintendo magazine. And then from March of 1996, we got, also from Martin, obviously, this Super Play magazine. And cover stories here, Final Fantasy IV, Nintendo 64, NHL Face-Off, Virtua Sonic, I don't really know what that's supposed to mean. And then, I don't know, is this chick on the front from like Killer Instinct or something? I'm not really enough of a fighting games nerd. I don't mean that in a derogatory way. I'm not that into fighting games so much that I instantly recognize that person. But on the back, there's like a... Wow, I don't know what the... in the back here's, a price listing for a bunch of Super Nintendo games. But Sweden was on what? The Kroner back then? Kroner? Is that right? I don't know. But, these games are like, Batman Forever, 649 kroners, I think. Super Mario Kart 599, but I have no idea what the conversion rate is or whatever for that. Oh wow, here's an ad for Pinnacle hockey cards. Hockey, of course, is pretty darned popular in Sweden. So yeah, I've never been to Sweden. I've been to Finland, so I could have. Where I was staying in Finland, you could take a ferry, like an overnight ferry, to Sweden. But I didn't do that just because I didn't really have time. But my stepmom is Swedish, by lineage or whatever. Both of her parents are Swedish, and I never liked my stepmom that much, obviously. But her parents were very good people, and so I enjoyed hanging out with them. And they actually lived in this little town in Central California that's sort of like a Swedish enclave. And so they had like Dala horses, which are like those little ornate painted wooden horses. They had those like all over their house. And I still called him Grandpa. He would take me and my cousins out for like Swedish pancakes and stuff like that. So that was pretty cool. But Street Fighter Alpha. But yeah, this is a pretty cool magazine. This magazine reminds me a lot more of like a magazine that we would have had here, except for the not in English part. But I already thanked him properly, but let me just say again, thank you very much, Martin, for sending these. Those are extremely interesting to have. All right, next we're going to get into these packages. The one that I ordered, I'm going to save and open that last. The first one we got here, this comes from our buddy Alex, Retro Game Squad, Alex Mort. So if you caught the live stream that I did with him, the Sega Saturn live stream, however long ago that was, a month or something, he mentioned that he was sending this to me. So for some of you, this is not going to be a surprise at all. But we also got a postcard, and a sticker, I think, and some more stuff. Let's check out this postcard first. This is pretty cool. Wow, this is very cool. Street Fighter Alpha 2 postcard. And and here's a Retro Game Squad sticker. But this is a non. I think he must get his sticker at the same place I get mine. This is like this is a vinyl sticker or whatever. But then there's a sticker on the postcard that's like a hologram effect. Which I say we must get our stickers from the same place, because I have some of these too, but I haven't put them up in the CGQ fan shop for sale. I feel bad like updating the fan shop with new stuff when I kind of feel like I haven't been making enough videos lately. Like, I don't know. I just feel like it's bad optics. And Alex just says, I hope he doesn't mind me reading this, but hey Chris, thanks again for having me join you on the Saturn live stream last month. I'm looking forward to joining forces again in the future. And same here, man, 100%. I also just noticed this postcard has a Tower Records logo in the corner. I guess I'll ask him about it on Discord or something. I would be kind of curious to know sort of the origins of this postcard. This was something they were just giving away at Tower or something. I don't know. I miss Tower. Tower started here in Sacramento. So I used to go shop at the original Tower Records. But I didn't know that it was the original Tower Records when I was shopping there. Like, I didn't know that Tower Records was from Sacramento when I was a kid. Here's a couple more. One each. Not sparkly and sparkly or hologram effect. So these are awesome stickers, man. I don't know. I guess you can look online. I don't know where he sells these. Probably at retrogamesquad.com, I would expect. And then sort of the star of the show here, or this is the thing that he said he was going to send. So, but this is pretty cool. It's funny because it's like I don't really need another one of these, but I didn't have one this color, and it's a Sega Saturn controller, Japanese Saturn controller, but it's the gray and blue controller, which, to be honest, I would like to get a Saturn of this. This was the original Saturn color, I think. Like when the Saturn launched in Japan, I think it was the gray one. The white one came later, and I'd love to get a gray Japanese Saturn and stick my mode into that. But But yeah, like I said, I have plenty of Saturn controllers, but not this color, and this one's pretty cool. So maybe this one will become like my primary Saturn controller. But anyway, thanks a lot, Alex, man. That was really cool of you. All right, next we got, I mean, it's really just it's an envelope, but it's got a lot of stuff in it. It's funny, this guy sends me enough stuff that I recognized his handwriting when I pulled it out of my P.O. box. This is from Sao Paolo, Brazil. This is, of course, from our friend Marcelo, who I haven't heard from in a while. So I hope you're doing okay down there, man. And let's see what we got this time. Okay. We got some coasters. I don't know what that. They're like paper, normal bar coasters, and a pamphlet from the same place. But I don't know what that is really. But he has included a letter that I think is probably going to explain all of this. Actually, I think you kind of got two letters here. Oh wow, look at that. All right. I see. Okay, we have two letters because they're separate. He says, so this letter is dated August 13th, 2020. I have no idea how long it takes for mail to get up here from Brazil, but well, I mean, I just got it, so I guess that should tell you. He says, hey, Chris, this letter has been sitting in my drawer for 5 months because of the pandemic, because, of course, Brazil got hit pretty hard, just like we did. And I decided to open up the envelope and include this Sena phone card. Check it out. Focus there. Sena telephone card. I'm pretty sure a digitized version of this picture is in Ayrton Senna's Super Monaco GP2. Anyway, he says, include the Sena phone card before I mail it to you. I have 10 more Sena cards I want to send you, but I want to make sure first it gets to you. There are certain things we can't ship internationally through conventional mail. Well, that's interesting. Well, I definitely got the phone card, man. So thanks. And then on the back, in the back it says Instituto Ayrton Senna, and then it even says in English, this card has 20 units, good for local and long distance calls within Brazil from public card telephones. But the stuff about the Institute is all in Portuguese, so I can't really read that. But anyway, thanks, man. And then let's see what this is all about. Oh, there's a sticker in here too. So I don't know. Is this looks like some kind of Brazilian beer? Oh, it is. Yeah. See, so. Oh wow. We got two stickers. Sorry, we got another letter, and I'll show you in a second. But it's like a menu of their different brews. So this is obviously a brewery down there. And let's see what he says in his letter, because I'm sure that's going to explain all of this. Okay, this one. Oh, this is the letter that he's had for 6 or 7 months. This is dated March 16th, so like right when the S hit the fan. Hey Chris, how's it going? I'm writing just to thank you for the postcard and awesome stickers, because I sent him back, some stuff. The past 2 weekends, I've been to a nearby city called, I'm not going to even try to pronounce that. Sorry. About 50 miles from Sao Paolo. Since I know you like a good beer, yes. I'm sending you a folder from the local brewery called, not going to bother trying, and a couple stickers and some coasters from another fantastic brewery from a different city that I also can't pronounce. I know it's all in Portuguese, but you can get a glimpse of all their beer styles. I still haven't tasted all of them, but my favorite is the Milk Robust Porter. The Joker IPA is also great. I hope this finds you well. Marcelo K. So, thanks a lot, man. This is pretty interesting, actually. What kind of beers we got here? Blonde. It's funny because all of the descriptions are in Portuguese, but all the names are in English. So they got a blonde ale, a ghost. I like those. Those are very refreshing. Red IPA, Weiss beer, a session IPA, a brown ale, Vit beer, the Joker IPA that he mentioned, and the porter. So that's pretty cool. Hopefully someday I get to go to Brazil. I don't know if that's going to happen or not, but that would be nice. So thank you very much, Marcelo. I don't remember what I sent you last time, but I'll send you. I'm sure I must have something I haven't sent you yet. So I'll send you some stuff. This next one comes from. Well, his name's Michael, but he goes by Michael's Workshop. I believe on YouTube and definitely in the Discord. He also sent me something a few months ago, and hold on, because I think it's actually right here. Oh, here it is. So this is another example of, like, it's kind of frustrating because it's the kind of thing I would like to be able to show to you guys, and I feel like I got this at around the same time as the Swedish video game magazines. Michael's up in Canada, by the way. So, to send these books down here can't be that cheap. So thanks, man. So this is kind of cool because I feel like it combines two of my hobbies. It's called the Lego Animation Book, and it says make your own Lego movies. So how cool would that be, actually? I wish I had more time to do something like that, but maybe someday, But a really cool book. It's basically showing, I think, for the most part, how to do like stop motion animation with Legos, and they're showing here like how to set things up, so that you can make it look like this guy is like hovering or jumping in the air because he's being held up. Basic stuff that I guess somebody that was a seasoned animator or stop motion animator, like Joe from GameSack, would know how to do, but not really a guy like me. So anyway, that one is from a few months ago, and I already sent Michael back a thank you card for that. I don't know if you've gotten that yet, Michael, just because international shipping is pretty slow. So sorry if I spoiled the surprise of the fact that I sent you a thank you card. This is another book. This is a big book. Oh, wow. So I assume that this is because of one of my streaming overlays has an MC Escher drawing, sort of like in the background. And then I have like this MC Escher printout that I've been meaning to put up someplace. But I don't know if I mentioned that on the show before. Like Stuart, my friend Stuart, when I was in like 8th and 9th grade, Stuart, like his favorite t-shirt was this MC Escher t-shirt. And I can't remember which. It was like the staircases, like the 3 staircases that make like a triangle. For anybody that doesn't know, I guess MC Escher, he was an artist, but he drew these optical illusions. And he just kind of had his own style that was really cool. And I don't know, for some reason for me, I guess just mostly because of Stuart and his dad, I just sort of really associate MC Escher artwork with sort of like 80s and 90s like computer and computer programmer culture. I feel like there was a lot of people in that culture that appreciated his artwork. And so for that reason, I appreciate MC Escher's artwork just for what it is, but there's also like sort of a nostalgia factor there. So I think his stuff is really cool. Well, this answers my question. So Michael sent me a card here. Hopefully it's okay if I read it to you guys, because he says, "Hi Chris, I got your thank you card with the stickers in the mail this week. The new stickers look great. I saw this MC Escher book at a thrift store this week, and I thought that you might get a kick out of it. Definitely. Gorgeous pictures inside of it. You had an Escher print on one of your overlays on a live stream, a few weeks back, so I thought you might be a fan. Definitely." So he says he rewatched some of my videos during the pandemic, so hopefully that helped provide some people with some entertainment. So yeah, I'm not going to read the rest of it, but I just read it. I'm not going to read it to you, but thank you very much, Michael, and I'll probably see you later today in the Discord, so I'll thank you again. But yeah, this is let me see, maybe if I can quickly. Oh well, this one, like this one here, this was a pretty iconic drawing of his. Well, it says it's a woodcut. I don't really know. Why is the picture so dark? Well, hopefully it's all right. It's better. I have the camera doing like auto everything, so if the camera's acting a little funky, then I'm sorry, but there's not much I can do about it. It's funny that, I mean, this book is just full of all of these pictures, and you know, I'm really probably only, I would say there's probably maybe something like 10 works of Escher that are like really, really recognizable to most people, you know, like famous. And so I guess, you know, you kind of forget that, you know, artists like him have a lot more output than just the stuff you're used to seeing. So anyway, again, thanks, Michael. This is really very cool. So the last thing we've got here is, this is something that I ordered, and it's crazy. I feel like I ordered this on like Monday or Tuesday, and today's only Thursday, and it's already here. I've been very lucky with the mail. People are saying that, you know, mail's been slow lately for, you know, reasons that we won't get into on a video game show. But, you know, I've been buying and selling stuff lately, and I feel like even when I ship things media mail, they're getting to their destination a lot faster than I would have thought. And speaking of selling a lot of things lately, that's how I was able to fund this purchase. This is a video game that I've been looking for quite some time. There really aren't that many video games that I can think of that I still, you know, sort of am searching for, especially now, you know, with like my Misters and EverDrives and stuff like that. I have to really want a game, like to have a physical copy in my collection before I'm going to be willing to pay for it, especially with the way prices have been lately. And I definitely paid a premium for this one, but you know, I'm trying to, you know, I've just got too much stuff around here, and so I'm trying to make room. And so I listed a bunch of stuff for sale, including a lot of my Retro Gamer magazines, a bunch of games and whatnot. And it's funny, I ended up, you know, making a pretty decent amount of money, but at the same time not really making much more room, which was kind of disappointing. But I ended up getting this game. This game cost me $95, but for anybody that watched, I think it was the Retro World Expo sort of wrap-up video or whatever, I mentioned that I went there looking for certain games. Like Gyrus was one of them, and this was another one. And I've been like regularly searching on eBay for years for a good copy of this game, and I'm sure that, you know, some copies just sort of passed me by and I didn't notice them, but a lot of copies really aren't complete, like completely complete. And, you know, again, with Misters and whatnot, it's like if you're not going to really get a game like complete, then kind of what's the point of spending all that money? So the game that I'm talking about here, for anybody that, if anybody guessed, then, you know, you get 5 CGQ points, is Universal Soldier for the Sega Genesis. This is an Accolade / Ballistic. This is when they were still calling themselves Ballistic. Well, Ballistic by Accolade game. So this is an unlicensed Genesis game. And, you know, some of you might be thinking like, well, you know, what the hell do you want Universal Soldier for? Well, Universal Soldier is sort of a Genesis conversion of Turrican II from the Amiga. And I say sort of conversion because some of the levels are a little bit different. Obviously, some of the sprites are different because now it's like a Universal Soldier game. So, like, now, you know, the Turrican doesn't look like he's supposed to look. You know, he looks like, I guess, the character from Universal Soldier. I wouldn't know because I haven't seen the movie. And so, yeah, so a lot of the sprites are different. Like I said, I think some of the levels have been changed. But, you know, I've said it before, I'm just a big fan of Turrican. And so 2 of the games that I was still really on the lookout for on the Genesis were Universal Soldier here and Mega Turrican, which Mega Turrican drives me nuts because I absolutely used to have that game. And I don't know what happened to it. I still have, I've mentioned this before probably, but I still have the manual. Like I had the cartridge and the manual. The cartridge is gone, and somehow I still have the manual. But anyway, so here's the cartridge. I mean, I'm sure everybody here has seen an Accolade cartridge before, and they look a lot different than licensed Genesis cartridge. They look kind of more like an EA cartridge almost, except without that yellow tab thing on it. The manual is just black and white. That's no fun. It's some kind of ballistic registration card. Yeah, warranty card. Nobody cares about that. But this was the thing that I was really excited about. I don't know if any of you guys remember when I did my little Sega Genesis library walkthrough video. I think it was called like Are My Genesis Games in a Weird Order or something like that. One of the games had all of these like postcard sized prints of Accolade cover art. And so this is something semi-similar, but this time they are trading card sized. And there's a whole stack of them in here. So here's Universal Soldier. And then on the back, it has a little description of the game. It says non-stop action based on the major motion picture featuring top action adventure star Jean-Claude Van Damme and Dolph Lundgren. Use an arsenal of devastating high-tech weapons, triple beam lasers, landmines, and a special chaos weapon. And then it has one hint. It says you're invincible to any attack in shuriken form. Use it often. And I think shuriken form is when you're in that little roly ball form. I'm not going to read all of them. I'm going to show you all of them. Here's Double Dragon, which I think Bithead just played the Genesis version of Double Dragon on his latest upload. I have Double Dragon. Here's one I don't have, Bubsy. Sorry, it's hot in here. Do I have this one? No. Jack Nicklaus Power Challenge Golf. Can I focus? If I had my face? Doesn't matter. Did this one come out? I don't know. Brett Hull Hockey. Summer Challenge. I don't have that one either. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and now 9 Accolade games. Warp Speed. This one I have. In fact, all the rest of these I have. Hardball 3. Al Michaels announces, Hardball 3. This is actually not a bad game. This is a fairly realistic feeling driving game. I still don't think it's entertaining though. And that it's a PC port, or in this case probably an Amiga port. Test Drive 2 The Duel. This one's cool because it has on the title screen it has a Porsche 959. And finally, Winter Challenge. I have this one too. So there was no original Turrican, right? That's too bad. But I'm assuming that means it didn't. I guess I have no way of knowing if this was actually all the cards or not. But so this is going to sound stupid, but I mean, this is kind of why I paid $95 for the game. Is I wanted to get all of these. So, was that a wise use of money? Probably not. But like I said, in my mind, I took a bunch of copies of Retro Gamer magazine I wasn't using anymore, and some other random games, and traded those basically to the internet in return for Universal Soldier. So I'm quite satisfied with that. So that's it. I haven't really gotten any postcards lately that I can think of, and certainly if I did, I don't have them here. So, as you can expect, that kind of stuff has sort of died off since I quit showing it on the show, which I kind of did by design. So for anybody that's still watching this, I really just, I got some stuff I wanted to share with you guys. Please don't take this as encouragement from me for you guys to send me stuff. I appreciate the things I get sent, but it's really not needed. Just the fact that you watch the show is, very much appreciated by me. So yeah, that's going to be it for this episode of CGQ Plus. But the next episode of the next 10, I'm working on it right now, and I'm hoping to have it out in just a few days. And the magazine read-throughs and whatnot on the other channel, that's going to be a little bit farther out, but I am actively working on it. So anyway, everybody stay safe out there. Some of you I'll see in Discord or on Twitter or whatever. And for the rest of you guys, I will see you next time. All right, so I know I already said goodbye and everything, but I figured it was kind of a crappy thing to do to get a new game and show it to you guys, like, hey, look at this cool game I got, and then like we don't play it at all or check it out. So I just figured I'd pop down to the basement. It is about 6 hours later, so I'm kind of tired, but we'll be all right. So yeah, so here is Universal Soldier for the Sega Genesis. I don't know what kind of options we might have in here. Wow, difficulty defaults to easy. Well, I'm going to leave it there. That's the default, but I'm kind of surprised to see that. And we're not going to mess with the controls, so we're just going to go ahead and get started. I have played Turrican on the Genesis, or excuse me, I have played Turrican II on the Amiga, but not for kind of a long time, so I'm not really equipped, I would say, to discuss the differences. Certainly, I think the color palette looks more muted. I don't actually remember this level from Turrican II. The second level in this game I definitely remember from Turrican II, but there are a few levels. There's, I think, 3 levels in this game that are like new, that are not part of Turrican II, so I don't remember if this might be one of them, or I could just be talking out of my backside. So I mean, you can see that the sprite looks different. Again, I can't remember if I mentioned this in the first part of the video or not. I've never seen Universal Soldier. I don't even really know what it's about. But obviously the main character sprite here has been changed, and doesn't look like the Turrican character anymore. But the animation still looks like him or it. One of the sort of defining features of the Turrican games is there's always all these hidden extra lives. The game is kind of tough, and you can tend to die fairly frequently, although once you get better at it, it's not so bad. But the game gives you so many extra lives. I mean, you see I just picked up 2, and we're like 100 yards into the first level here, so you don't really need to sweat it, if you end up dying a lot. And these things I'm picking up, I think they're just like for points. I feel like I don't remember if it's in this game, or I know like in Gunlord, in order to maybe feel like you got 100% completion in the game, you have to find all of those things, but there's not really all that much point to it, to be honest. So yeah, I mean, I don't know, like I said before, obviously I can just play Turrican 2 on the Amiga. I mean, I have an Amiga, and on top of that, I mean, you can just play on the Mister, which incidentally is how I'm playing this game right now, on the Mister. Just, and you might say, hey, you just spent all that money on the game and you're not even playing it, but I already have the Mister set up here, because I'm recording gameplay footage for that Next 10 video using the Mister, and so it's just easier. There's no reason to unplug it and plug in like the Mega SG, or I mean, my FrameMeister's sitting here, so I could also just plug in the actual hardware. But I didn't see the point, so I didn't do that. So you can see now we've got a shield around us, and hold on here. Normally I like the spread weapon, but to be honest, like, the spread weapon is so underpowered. I actually really like this weapon in this game, and the more you power it up, the bigger it gets. To some kind of maximum limit. I feel like this one can get maybe like 1 step bigger, but maybe I'm wrong. It's hard to tell. And this is already pretty big, you know, what do you want? That circle thing there, which there's another one, that's called the bounce weapon. I don't like that weapon at all. It's just like it hits walls and breaks up and bounces around, and that's supposed to be why it's cool, but I'm just not really a fan. And if we go all the way down here, if we can make it, I think there's another one up. One more, and then one of these little jewel things, which again, I don't really care. Oh, there's another one up right there, but I don't know how we would get up there. But you know, it could be the kind of thing where, like, you know, the Turrican games will do this to you, where you'll think that there's some sort of direct route from here up there, but maybe you have to somehow go up and all the way around or something. Although I could swear wasn't there a power-up thing over here? So maybe we were supposed to jump on top of it. I don't know. It's the kind of thing where, like, hopefully you can just sort of make a mental note of that, and then next time you play through the game, try to remember to go check that out. Just landed on a beehive. So I mean, I don't know. I don't want to play through, I mean, too much of this game, I guess. You know, just because, I mean, I didn't really kind of do anything to prepare for this, you know, as far as making sure I had interesting things to say. But like I said, I turned off the video, or I turned off the camera upstairs rather, and I was like, well, why didn't we play the game a little bit? You know, obviously I don't have a setup like Bithead does, where I can just like pull a TV out of the ceiling, which that would have been really cool. But you know, I also just kind of wanted to make the video upstairs. You know, it's funny because I know, like, some of you guys, you know, kind of like the way it looks down here with this background, and then other people get kind of, you know, they prefer having the video made upstairs in the original location. To be honest, I don't really have a preference. I like being able to kind of bounce back and forth. I think that doing the videos down here and, you know, setting up the lights properly behind me kind of maybe gives the video more of like a, I don't know, I think saying professional is certainly overstating things, but a more polished look. But to be honest, that's not really what I'm going for, you know, on this channel. So oh yeah, see, that's the bounce. See now when you're down in a place like this where it's all cavernous, then this bounce weapon is actually not bad. But when you're kind of out in the open, I don't think it's as useful. Oh, well, one thing I was also going to point out, for some of you guys that might remember because I know we played some Turrican on the Amiga, I think on an Amiga live stream. And I showed that I had modified, well, I didn't modify the controller actually, but you know, I had made that special adapter so that I could have a jump button when I play the Amiga version of Turrican, because with both the Amiga version and the Commodore 64 version, you have to use up to jump. Like, that's your only option. And just one thing that I think is kind of cool is that with this game, you can actually still jump with up if you want to. So, like, maybe if you're used to playing that way, then that's fine. But you can also just hit B to jump. Or as you saw, you can redefine the buttons however you like. But I don't really have too much of a problem with. Oh, here's another extra life. So here, that's that thing I was saying. That was the tip that was in the back of the card that said that was like shuriken mode or something like that. Is that you can turn yourself into that little rolling spiky thing, but I think you can only do it a limited number of times. But I mean, so you can see we haven't even gotten to the end of level 2 yet. and we've got 7 lives already. So I mean, it's kind of reminiscent to playing like, you know, Super Mario World or something, where, you know, the game just gives you so many extra lives that the difficulty just almost kind of doesn't matter as much. And then plus, so like that red P, you know, on the yellow colored tile, that's like picking up a piece of meat on a Streets of Rage game. Like, it completely refills your health. So like, you know, if your health bar is down to only having a little bit, then getting one of those P's is like practically equivalent to getting an extra life. And pretty much anytime you find one of those blocks that you hit and all the power-ups come out of it, there's going to be at least one of those P's in there. So, like, see, there's one right there. So, and then we got this weapon back. Although, like I said, in this area, I don't really have a problem with the bounce weapon. As you may have noticed, I don't know if I ever mentioned it when I played the first Turrican game with you guys. Even though Turrican is just a, you know, like a side-scrolling, I guess you'd call it like a run-and-gun game, it sort of has some maze-like properties to it, and like an exploration aspect to it. So, I mean, you see, like, you do have a timer, but it's kind of ridiculously long, so that you have plenty of time to look around and explore. And it's like, even if the way that you're headed is not like directly towards the exit, it could be that you're headed somewhere where there's like a bunch of extra lives stashed or something, and so you're not really like wasting your time. Unfortunately, I just died again, but now we're gonna go up here, and there's gonna be a boss battle. And if you go to you can go to the left, but then like a wind forces you to keep going, and you have to go all the way around. So we don't want to do that. So I believe that this boss, like the sprite, has been redone for the Universal Soldier license. Like, I don't remember what this boss looks like, but for sure I've fought this boss in the real Turrican II, and that's not at all how I remember him looking. And another thing that's interesting, I would say it's a common feature of the Turrican games, is that, so I just beat like the boss for this level, but you see the level's not over. So like, I still have to find the exit. And like I didn't even get like extra time on the clock or anything. But again, I mean, we really have plenty of time on the clock. That L thing I picked up is that screen clearing thing that, you know, like I used 3 of against the boss. This game calls them lines. So now you can see we're outside. Like, I'm curious now if I go down here, is there like a power up or something? But at the same time, I'm afraid that I'm going to end up having to go all the way around again. So if I wasn't recording my gameplay right now, honestly, I would go check that out. But since I am, we're going to skip it. I think we have to climb up this way. There you go. I think you can probably go down each one of those like hallway things and get something like more power-ups or extra lives. But I'm trying to just kind of keep the game moving a little bit. And then like here, I think, you know, you're supposed to just go to the right, but if you go down here, like this is an area that you don't need to go down into for any reason, but I think there's a bunch of extra lives down here again, so... Yeah, there's one you can see right there, so... Which I'm going to need, because I just died, and... Actually, I might have just screwed myself out of the... Yeah, because now you can't, Like, you had to have those little extra thingies, power-up blocks, in order to be able to get in there, so... Oh well. I'm just going to keep checking out down here. I forgot what else might be down here, so... I think I might just grab one extra life, but I mean, you could see there was like at least one more up there, but yeah, we're kind of hosed, so that's fine. I mean, again, I'm not planning on playing for so long that I would really need them anyway. So I didn't mean to do that, but so pretty much like any time you uncover one of those power-up block deals, you kind of want to try to jump up on top of it and see if there's like another one, because a lot of times that's how the game will work, is you have to expose several of them and use that to like climb up somewhere or something. So you don't want to get too trigger happy when you see one. And so, I mean, in here, it just it just really turns into like another, you know, sort of maze kind of thing, where you just have to find your way around. You know, like it's not obvious which way you need to go. So, I mean, I don't know how much longer I'm going to keep playing for you guys. I just kind of wanted to give you just sort of a quick look at the game. Certainly, I'm not trying to encourage anybody to buy it, but I mean, you know, again, if you have, you know, a Mister or an EverDrive, or, you know, maybe you play these games with RetroArch or something like that, I mean, you know, if you're looking for a new game to check out Universal Soldier. One thing that's, I mean, it's not interesting, but I guess just noteworthy, if you are using a Mister or an EverDrive and you have one of the pre-made like EverDrive packs that you can get off of like archive.org or whatever, all of these Accolade games are in like a separate folder that's called unlicensed. So I guess I can't go over there. So if well, I'm gonna have to go somewhere. You know, so if you're just looking, you know, among the North American releases, oh, well, that was easy. Trying to find this game, it, depending on what kind of ROM pack you're using, it might not be there. So, just FYI before you think that somehow you're using like a ROM pack that's missing the games, and that's also where the first Turrican would be, along with like all those other cards that I showed you guys. All those Accolade games would be in that unlicensed folder. So I feel like I'm going back. Well, maybe not. I don't know. One thing about this game is generally the enemies don't respawn. Yeah, I'm going back to the way I was already going. So it's one way of knowing if you're in a new area or not, is if there's a bunch of enemies, you probably haven't been there yet. So that can be helpful. So I'm guessing I have to just keep going straight across and not fall down. Oh man. But I mean, obviously we're going the right way, so. Oh, there we go. All right, so that's the end of that level. Yeah. Let's see what the next one looks like here. But oh wow, all right, now things look a lot different, so that's kind of cool. Again, like I don't know which levels are unique to Universal Soldier, so I just haven't played enough of Turrican II. Like I don't think I had ever played Turrican II until Todd hooked me up with that Amiga. Because like I tried messing around with like Amiga emulation like a long time ago using I think WinUAE, and I found it all very confusing, which I don't think should be taken as some sort of criticism against WinUAE. It's just more about my own well, I won't say stupidity, but you know, I'm not the most tech savvy guy. Maybe I'm not even going the right way. Oh, we should just go this way. Dead again. I think these spider guys are making a reappearance from the first Turrican game, and I always really hated that. That's one of my least favorite enemies in the game. But see, this is kind of cool. So now, I mean, obviously we're swimming, and it almost kind of plays more like a spaceship shooter, like a free roaming spaceship shooter, like Thunder Force 2 or something. But see now, you know, under these kinds of conditions, I would say that the spread weapon is better. So. Take that power up though. Oh, there's a 1-up right there. Let's go grab that real fast. But yeah, so I don't know. It just like, you know, I have good memories of playing the original Turrican. It was the kind of game that, like, you know, maybe it was like a Saturday and I had nothing to do all day. Like, you know, when I was in high school or something. And, you know, Turrican was the kind of game I could just throw on, and like, you know, there's just so much, dang it, there's just so much exploration to it that it's the kind of game you can really sink a lot of time into, I guess. And I mean, I don't really know why these games aren't more popular here. I guess part of it is probably just that, you know, clearly these are the inferior versions of the game. You know, for all of them, another 1-up versus playing them on a computer, like on the Amiga. So, but at the same time, you would say that about, you know, most, not all for sure, but you know, most games that came over to the Genesis from the Amiga, which is you know, a lot of these Accolade games and a lot of EA Sports games. You know, the Amiga version is going to be better, and it certainly didn't stop a lot of those games from being popular. So, so I guess, I don't know, is what I'm saying. Especially because, you know, these side-scrolling run-and-gun style games, you know, were popular here, like, you know, Contra and things of that nature. Didn't already go down this one yet. So, I don't really know, I guess, is my answer. I mean, I'm sure that the fact that, you know, these games, you know, were, you know, unlicensed third-party games didn't help. And then, like, I don't know what year Mega Turrican came out. I don't remember. But maybe not until, like, 94 or something. And that was licensed. But, you know, I don't know. Maybe by that time it was too late or something. I don't really know. So anyway, I don't know. I feel like now I'm kind of lost, and now I'm going to start just... Oh, well, nope, never mind. This is where we're supposed to go. I was going to say I'm just going to start rambling, but I think we kind of found our way here, so... Can we use the... Oh, yeah, you can't use your whip down here either. That sucks. Could really use a... red pea right about now. 2 more 1-ups, though. You see what I'm saying, though? I mean, it's just like... Turrican games get slutty with the 1-ups. We have like a sliver of life left. Another one. I'm really just trying to find the exit, though. I'm not trying to find all of these power-ups and whatnot. I'm just trying to get out of here. But I mean, it would be interesting to see like I don't know if anybody's ever made like one big map of these games. I'd be curious to. I think I've seen them for the original Turrican. But maybe not for this game, but like it would be cool just to get, yeah, see, spider got me. It would be cool just to get a sense of the scope of like these levels, you know, not so much because I want to use it as a map, you know, sort of to cheat or whatever, but you know, I would just be curious to see how big the level is. All right, so I think if we get up here and then try to drop down, one more 1-up. I don't know why I'm grabbing all the 1-ups because I don't think I'm going to play that long, but oh, I forgot those are, so these are weird because those are like spikes, even though they're like not sharp. So I don't, that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, but that's how it is. Alright, so there's nothing down here for us anyway. Seems like we need to go over to the left somehow. Can we shoot? Oh yeah, okay. No, that doesn't help. Am I even doing the right thing, or do I need to go down and maybe come up this way? Oh, that's definitely not going to do anything. Well, alright, I don't know how long, this has been 20, oh my god, it's been 27 minutes. That's enough anyway. Between this and the other thing, this is like an hour-long video, so that's enough. Now you got to see a little bit of Universal Soldier. I think it's a cool game. You know, I'm sure that Turrican II on the Amiga is better, but, you know, I'm just kind of a Genesis fanboy, and so I would just rather have the Genesis game. So so there you go. So now I'm going to say goodbye for reals. And yeah, like I already told you, you know, I'll see you guys again soon. I've got plenty of interesting content coming up. So see you guys again soon.